In this video, we're going to be talking about fitting a design on a particular style of shirt and how we would go about utilizing EasyStone to simplify that process, and just some of the key things that, if you know a little bit about CorelDRAW, setting up a design to work on any given shirt will be pretty straightforward for you. Now, when I created this neckline design here for Rudolph, I did it for a specific size shirt. So this shirt, what I did was I just lay the shirt out on the counter that you're going to be putting your design on, and I've taken a tape measure here, and you can see that I've measured how wide that neckline is. So if I select my bitmap and come over here to the Specialty tab in EasyStone and choose the Set Size option, and I click on the left and right hand side, it'll tell me what its current size is. It's currently sized in CorelDRAW. It's currently sized at 15 inches. So we're going to do 10. And now that is sized to the correct size. Now think about the application here. What if we were to take a picture of our car and we want to create a vinyl graphic for our car? Well, what you would do is take a picture of your car, and let's say we want to put the vinyl graphic on the door. Well, then we would measure how wide the door is. So let's say the door was 39 inches. So we could just take the picture, import it into CorelDRAW, and if we have a known dimension, we only need one known dimension, the whole width of the overall door is 39 inches, then we can use that set size function here in EasyStone, make sure the door is 39 inches as it is in real life. Boom. Maybe you want to put something on your mailbox. Same thing, take a picture of your mailbox, measure how wide the mailbox is, have one known dimension, and then you can set that known dimension here in CorelDRAW, and then you'll be able to create your artwork for your mailbox. So it's maybe you have a mirror in your house, whatever it might be. It's very easy. Take a picture, make sure you get one known dimension, set that known dimension here in CorelDRAW, and then you can design off of that. So now we know that this is exactly 10 inches. So if we take our design that we created, and I'm just going to set this where it goes. So I'm going to take the center of it and put it right there at the center point of my neck. Then you can see that this will fit. Now we can move this. I think what I did on my original design is I moved it down a little bit like that. So I just wound it down a little bit like that. So you can see that will wrap around the neckline. Well, what happens if you have a different style shirt, different size shirt? Maybe you're working with an adult small versus, I think this one was an adult 3X. So what do you do then? Well, as long as you know what the dimension is, so let's say your dimension is 8 inches. So we use the same 2 points, but instead of 10, we want 8. So now our shirt size is 8. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go ahead and take our design, and we're going to move our design in place. Go ahead and put it wherever you want the design to be. So we're going to just put it right the center point to the center point of our shirt. So that's step one. Now we do want to delete half of the design because we want it to be symmetrical. So we can come in here with our freehand selection tool and delete half of our design, like so. Now let's talk about a couple of things that are important to know about CorelDRAW and making some of these modifications that we might want to make. One thing that's important to know is just a little, let's go ahead and grab just one piece of this. Let's just to illustrate the point. Okay, let's grab one piece of this. Probably the most important thing to understand is once you have a piece of it, like so, if you click on the design, you can rotate it. See there? So that's obviously pretty simple. But here's the important thing. Is once you select a design and click on it to rotate it, there's this little rotation handle. If we move that to the bottom, watch where the center of rotation is then. See? it's right there at that piece right there. So it makes it much easier. So if we want to, maybe we want to create like a, I don't know, let's just say we wanted to create, well, if we hold down our control key, we'll hit space. Okay, and we'll do the same thing. We'll move that control handle down to here. Watch what we can do. Hold your control key down. Okay, that makes a duplicate. Move that center rotation. Move that center rotation. See, so you can kind of create a snowflake design or something like that. So, you know, you could be creative and create all kinds of different things, you know, pretty quickly and easily. So back over here, that's the one principle that we basically want to make. So obviously, we're working on a smaller shirt, so we have to delete some of this. All right, and so you can kind of decide what you want to do. That's the big thing. Let's go ahead and lock our shirt down. So I just selected the bitmap and hit lock image on the specialty tab. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and delete a portion of this because I want to perhaps do something a little bit different. I don't know what yet, but let's just come in here and I'm going to come in here with my freehand selection tool. And the first thing I'm going to do is delete this part of the design. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Then I'm going to go ahead and take this, again with my freehand selection tool, and I'm going to move it down. And here's where I might play with the rotation a little bit. So I'm going to click on it. There's that center rotation. Well, maybe I'm going to want it right there. Now watch when I rotate it. See where it's rotating from? Right there at that point there. So maybe that's what I want, something like that. Okay. So then I have to take the rest of this design. Now I'm not going to fit all of this design necessarily on the shirt. So I'm going to actually have to come in here, grab my freehand pick tool again, and delete a section of it. Which is fine. You know, we don't have to have the whole design. We'll go ahead and delete a piece of it. And maybe I'll delete it all the way back to there. And then I want to reposition this. I just want to try some different positions. So I'll just rotate it a little bit first. Maybe I want it like this. There we go. I'm liking that. Okay. So now what we need to do, so I'm liking this so far. So now what we need to do is maybe just take a piece off of something. I don't know what. Let's see here. Let's take this. Or maybe we have another design entirely that we could use as part of this. Just to kind of connect things and make things look a little better. Yeah, I can live with that. So let's rotate that a little bit. Let's bring this out here. And we'll shuffle around a few stones. Spacebar, spacebar. And we can actually come in here with our, we're just going to select all of these stones. So I'm selecting one, hold my shift key, select the others, and right click on D. And that'll give us a nice even spacing of those stones. So now we have that connection there, which I like. I want just a little bit more spacing. So I'm just going to bump that up there a little bit. Just a little bit. And then, let's see here. What do I want to do? Well, let's just take this little chunk here. Let's see what that looks like. Let's change the center rotation again, like we did before. There we go. I like that. Let's drop one stone there. Let's drop one stone there. So it's just whatever we want to do in addition. Drop a stone there. Drop a stone here. We'll drop a stone here, just whatever we think looks cool. I'm going to drop a stone. I actually want to show you something that I want to do too, or at least try. That's why it's kind of nice to kind of mock it up here on the shirt and try something a little bit different I hadn't already tried, just to see what it would look like. Let's even the spacing of those stones by right-click on D. So now we have even stone spacing there. All right. So I like that. So we just kind of, modify the design a little bit. Maybe, see, actually, now looking at it, I don't like it. So I'm just going to come in here and delete it. So you get it however you want it, obviously. But one thing that I do want to try that I think will actually look pretty good, I'm pretty sure, is what if we have this nice little neckline, but we also do some falling snow. So what we're going to do is we're going to do all sizes, right-click on SS6, right-click on AS, which is drop stone, and let's add some falling snow. And just see ones. And then we'll do some 10s also. And see if that would look pretty or not. I think it will look pretty. And then let's do some 16s too. We have 10s and 16s in this design anyhow, so we're not adding additional stone counts. We're just trying to do something, see if we like it. Let's go back to some 6s. Alright. And then we'll hit the escape key. And then what we want to do, of course, is let's go ahead and pull this design away now from our shirt. Just so I can see it a little bit better. So we'll make a copy of it down here. So you can see all of our snow here. And so what we want to do is we just want to basically select everything but our reindeer. So it'll be easiest if we just come in here and just kind of use our freehand pick tool like so. And basically we've got everything selected but the reindeer. And so we grab our control handle, hold our control key, right click. And you can see now we have a bit of an issue because some of the snow is actually sitting on top of the reindeer. So what I'm going to do is I need to see that more clearly. So I'm just going to change it to pink for a moment so I can take these bits that are actually on top of our deer and just move them or delete them, whatever you think needs to happen there. Okay, and maybe what we want to do now that we've kind of seen what this looks like, maybe what we want to do is add some additional snow. So just to fill in some of these gaps. In 10. I think this will look really pretty. And then maybe some additional snow in and around the deer too. I don't know. So let's just go willy-nilly here and add some snow. We are in, we'll go ahead and add some 6 snow. I think it'll look pretty. Okay. So we hit the escape key. And now what we're going to do is pick up all of our pink. So we're going to select one stone and target one pink stone and target pink. And let's go ahead and make a selection and then hit S. That'll pick up all pink and we'll just turn those back to crystals is all we're going to do there. Okay. So now let's take a look at this. And look at how pretty that looks. I think that looks really pretty. So that's just another option, but now you can see we've modified this to fit an 8-inch neck instead of a 10-inch neck. And basically you would do something similar. If you had a scoop neck, you could use the same design. You just have to tweak it, modify it, rotate it, and do some different things too to make it fit for a scoop neck. So that just gives you some ideas on some of the different things that you can do that way.